She had it all: fame, fortune, and a life most could only dream of. But today, Linda Evans is unrecognizable from the glamorous star who once ruled television screens. Imagine going from earning $100,000 per episode to chopping your own wood in a remote hideout. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, that's exactly what happened to Linda Evans. And wait until you hear about her shocking arrest at 74, her jaw-dropping comeback at 79, and the bizarre stunt with a live eel that sent the internet into a frenzy. Born Linda Evanstad on November 18, 1942, in Hartford, Connecticut, her Norwegian roots played a big role in shaping her identity. Her family name came from a small farm in Ness, Hedmark, where her ancestors lived before immigrating to America. With professional dancer parents, it seemed like entertainment was in her blood. But young Linda was painfully shy. At just 6 months old, her family moved to North Hollywood, California, right into the heart of the entertainment industry. Yet, she never imagined stepping into the spotlight. Attending Hollywood High School, she shared classrooms with future stars like Carol Wells and Stephanie Powers. But unlike them, she struggled with intense shyness, avoiding attention whenever possible. Her parents saw her fear of the spotlight and encouraged her to take acting classes, not to push her into Hollywood, but to help her gain confidence. At first, she was terrified, but something unexpected happened. Acting allowed her to express herself in ways she never had before. Then, fate intervened. At 15, she accompanied a friend to a commercial audition, having no intention of trying out. But when a director noticed her, he asked if she wanted to read for a part. She hesitated, but something inside her said yes. And just like that, she landed the role. That unexpected moment changed everything. More opportunities followed: modeling gigs, small TV roles. Then, in 1960, she got her first speaking part on Bachelor Father, where she met John Forsythe for the first time. Neither of them knew then that their lives would intertwine in a way that would define both their careers. By 23, Linda landed the role that would make her a household name: Audra Barkley on The Big Valley. Running from 1965 to 1969, the series showcased her alongside Hollywood legend Barbara Stanwyck. Audra wasn't just another pretty face. She was strong-willed, compassionate, and determined. At first, Evans almost turned down the role. Her boyfriend at the time disapproved, but producers refused to let her go. That decision catapulted her into stardom. But it was Barbara Stanwyck who truly shaped her. Stanwyck didn't just mentor her, she toughened her up. One unforgettable moment saw Stanwyck physically push Evans onto set, forcing her to find her presence. And when Linda's mother passed away, Stanwyck stepped in, offering a simple yet life-changing phrase: "I'll be your mom now." By the 1970s, Evans wanted to shed her good girl image, taking on grittier roles. She starred in controversial films like The Klansman, 1974, tackling racial tensions in the South. Critics slammed it, but it remains a significant moment in cinema history. She then starred in Mitchell, 1975, a crime thriller dismissed by critics but later revived as a cult classic. And in 1980, she appeared opposite Steve McQueen in Tom Horn, a Western that proved she could hold her own against Hollywood's biggest names. But nothing compared to what came next. At 39, an age considered too old for leading ladies, she landed the role of a lifetime: Crystal Carrington on Dynasty. The show premiered in 1981, and while its first season struggled, everything changed when Joan Collins arrived in 1982. By 1984, Dynasty was the #1 show in America, drawing 20 million viewers a week. Evans's salary skyrocketed from $15,000 to $100,000 per episode, making her one of the highest-paid actresses on television. Behind the scenes, though, tensions brewed. The legendary rivalry between Crystal and Alexis played out just as dramatically off-screen. Evans and Collins had vastly different acting styles, leading to friction. One fight scene even resulted in Collins accidentally hitting Evans in the jaw. Despite the behind-the-scenes chaos, Evans was adored by fans. She won a Golden Globe in 1982, received 4 more nominations, and collected 5 consecutive People's Choice Awards, an honor that remained unmatched until Jennifer Aniston's Friends era. But by the time Dynasty ended, Evans was exhausted. Fame had given her everything, yet left her feeling trapped, and then she disappeared. She left Hollywood behind, retreating to a secluded home in Washington state. But life in solitude wasn't as peaceful as it seemed. At 74, she was arrested. Yes, arrested. And at 79, she stunned the world with an outrageous comeback. Oh, and that live eel moment? You won't believe what happened next. It was Christmas Day, 1973, when Linda Evans's world shattered in an instant. Derek sat her down, his words colder than the December air. He was in love with someone else, and not just anyone. 17-year-old Bo Derek. The betrayal cut deep, but the real sting? He had met Bo when she was just 16, and to escape statutory rape charges, he fled to Europe, waiting until she turned 18. Evans, devastated, spiraled into a darkness so consuming she questioned whether life was worth it. But, from the ashes of heartbreak, she found an unexpected rebirth. Determined to reclaim her career, she called her agent in 1974, begging for work. Hollywood had moved on, they warned, but Evans refused to be a forgotten relic. She took anything she could get, clawing her way back into an industry that had nearly abandoned her. Then, in 1981, fate handed her a lifeline. Crystal Carrington in Dynasty. At $100,000 per episode, she became one of television's highest-paid actresses, proving that sometimes the worst heartbreak leads to the greatest triumphs. Ironically, if she had stayed with Derek, she never would have landed the role that made her an icon. As for Bo, decades later, she admitted she still carried guilt over how it all happened, calling it a horrible thing. But Evans had long moved past bitterness. She even befriended Bo, choosing forgiveness over resentment. "I don't stop loving people just because I'm not with them," she once said. "I just love differently." Her second marriage in 1975 seemed like the stability she craved. Real estate mogul Stan Herman taught her the financial strategies that made her a self-made millionaire. But while their bank accounts thrived, their marriage crumbled. By 1979, they divorced, yet Herman remained her lifelong friend. He gifted her their Beverly Hills home, supported her career, and even in his final days battling cancer, Evans was the one by his side. She nearly remarried him, but deep down, she had learned a harsh truth. She was done being someone's housewife. By the late 80s, she made a shocking choice. She walked away from Hollywood entirely. Trading luxury for solitude, she retreated to a secluded lake house in Washington. No more red carpets, no more cameras, just peace. "I live in heaven here," she once said, but even paradise had its storms. A devastating slipped disc in 2006 left her in chronic pain, plunging her into one of her darkest moments. With her sisters battling life-threatening illnesses, the weight of it all nearly broke her. For the first time, she understood why people give up. But Evans wasn't done yet. She emerged with a newfound purpose: self-discovery. She embraced holistic healing, delved into naturopathy, and became an advocate for elder care reform. But even as she found personal strength, public struggles followed. A DUI at 74, caused by prescription painkillers, was a stark reminder of the battles that come with aging. Yet, in true Evans fashion, she refused to let it define her. In 2009, she did the unthinkable. She joined Hell's Kitchen and won, becoming the oldest champion in the show's history. UK audiences watched in awe as she, a woman with no professional culinary background, outperformed trained chefs. From killing an eel with her bare hands to crafting restaurant-worthy dishes, Evans shocked everyone. Her victory wasn't just a win, it was a statement. Reinvention wasn't just possible, it was necessary. And just when the world thought she was done, she returned to acting in Swan Song, 2021, delivering a haunting performance that reminded audiences why she was a star. Clips of her Dynasty fights with Joan Collins exploded on TikTok, Gen Z discovering her all over again. Even the fashion world took notice. with her metallic ball gown from Dynasty selling for $47,000. Linda Evans wasn't just a Hollywood story. She was a lesson in resilience, reinvention, and never letting the past define the future. Would she change anything? Not a chance. "It made me who I am," she declared, "and who she is, unstoppable."